The bloke who designed the first Audi A5 back in 2007 reckons it was the most beautiful car he's ever created. But this 2017 S5 Coupe, well, it's something else entirely. I mean, just look at it. That menacing grille, that swooping roofline, we think it perfects the A5 formula, and we think it's beautiful. But it's what's under that bonnet that ensures it's not just a pretty face.
The front of the S5 has been reimagined this time around, with a wider, more powerful grille that looks somehow embedded in the car, like the metalwork has been peeled back and the grille forms part of the car's metallic skeleton. That, paired with the coupe's raked roofline and muscular stance, gives this S5 a road presence that's all but unmatched in the Audi lineup.
So look, it is a two-door coupe, so obviously life's going to be a little better in the front seats than it is in the back, and this is another mighty fine interior from the folks at Audi. Clean, uncluttered, simple but undeniably premium, and with plenty of cool technology, including Audi's very good virtual cockpit. But perhaps more importantly, it really feels built for purpose. These sports seats are incredibly well bolstered, this chunky and flat bottom steering wheel feels terrific, and you do feel a part of the car. Now obviously things are a little tighter here in the back seat, but the ambience is helped by the fact that Audi isn't even pretending there's a middle seat, and in fact has replaced that area with this plastic storage unit. Now I'm sitting behind my own driving position, and as you can see there's plenty of knee room, but if I sit properly in my chair there is absolutely no space between my head and the roof. Elsewhere there's these two very cleverly placed cup holders, one on either side of the seat, plus a little table here is part of this pull down divider. Backseat riders also get their own air conditioning controls and a power outlet.
This second generation S5 doesn't just look fast. There's a turbocharged 3-litre V6 lurking under that bonnet that produces more power and torque than the car it replaces. It channels its power through an 8-speed automatic transmission before firing it to all 4 wheels. And that means a 4.7 second sprint to 100 kilometers an hour, which is 0.2 seconds quicker than the car it replaces.
Now it's worth remembering that this isn't supposed to be a truly hardcore car. The incoming RS5 will handle those duties. Instead, it's what Audi describes as a kind of premium luxury, meaning it's just as happy to tootle around the city, left in automatic mode, and just sort of lightly brushing the accelerator, and it'll cruise around quite comfortably. Now the V8 engine in the S5 is long since dead. This one's got a turbocharged 3-litre V6, but it is the most powerful engine Audi has ever squeezed into one of these, and this car being 60 kilograms lighter than the one it replaces is also the fastest. And all of that means there is plenty of power there when you want to plant your foot. Equally, when you don't, it's happy just to cruise around. Now the suspension is definitely set to a sort of firm sportiness, and it means that imperfections do tend to rattle and bump into the cabin a little bit, but I actually don't mind that. To me, that just makes me feel a little bit more connected to the road below me, and I would rather that than a kind of complete disconnect from the road surface beneath the wheels. Now we haven't spent too long behind the wheel of this car, and we'll wait till we get it for a week before we make any kind of definitive verdict, but so far so good, and it does seem to fulfill its best of both worlds brief pretty well. It's comfortable and easy in the city and there's plenty of technology, but if you do get it out of town, it's got this kind of alternate character, helped by the fact that Drive Select is standard, so you can roll out of Comfort or Auto and into Dynamic, and the whole car kind of stiffens a bit. The suspension gets firmer, the steering gets heavier, the accelerator gets more responsive, and I don't know if you can hear it, but you get this lovely little bark in the exhaust. But most importantly, when you plant your foot, you just go. It might be first impressions, but we think Audi's onto a winner with this thing. It's beautiful to look at, a treat to drive in the city or on a twisting back road, and there's plenty of cool technology inside. Sure, climbing into the back seat sucks, and once you're in there's less headroom than a guillotine, but who cares? You're not going to be back there, and the driver's seat's where you want to be in this thing. To read the full review, click here. And don't forget to subscribe to stay on top of all our latest videos.